next to him. His also another snake Lagus. As the two of them come out, almost because they have to. It seems like, though that's not too surprising. And so as you quickly take stock of the situation, Habutai, Alexis, and Liao are all up on the upper floor, a balcony separating you, and with Alexis standing at the top of the stairs, and you all at the bottom of the stairs in the atrium, with the two shifters down on the same level as you. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and add everybody to the initiative order real quick. Alexis Blackwild. Habutai. And Sarah. And can I have all of you guys roll vigilance or cool in this case? Depending on what you think makes more sense. For the initiative. And then I roll the Beatrice. All right, so that's then sorry, I'm just getting the last one here. Oh well, that's pretty good. All right, and so as this all happens, Liao gliding across the she approaches the edge of the balcony. She weaves her hands through the air. She begins to cast some sort of, and as she looks about to she sees you for a split size narrow ever so slightly as she sees nothing. And it's a PC turn. Who wants to go first?
Does anybody else have quick strike besides myself?
I do.
Yeah, I guess I'll go. Well, who's up for being attacked?
Oh,
Eric, do we have a map?
I do not have a map. I couldn't find a good one.
What are the ranges right now?
At the current moment, Alexis is at medium range of the stairs. No Name and Sarah are both No Name and Sarah are both about are also in medium range. But they're on the same floor as you, fighting upstairs. Liao and Habutai are at medium range, but in order to get to them, you would have to travel a bit further than that, as they are up the balcony.
Shoot, I forgot which of No Name and Sarah. What characters are they again?
No Name is a Fox Lagus, and Sarah is both of which you would know to be in Thrall.
Yeah, definitely. Cat versus dogs. This one. I'm gonna go for.
Yeah, you got a black mamba and a cobra. So have fun.
Oh, which one's the fox I'll use again?
No Name is the.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take on No Name. I'm I'm going to move in a close range.
All right. He's so go to make your attack. It's against two different upgraded ones. He's got adversary 1. And he has his evasion is 2
So what?
or
what
3.
is that?
Sorry, his evasion is currently 3. So 3 black dice.
Um,
So 1 purple, 1 red, and 3
I'm
black.
going to use Fear upgraded twice.
Okay, so if you're 3,
Yes.
get this one check for him. Oh dear, he's really bad at those.
Yeah, what's it called? Hydromo doing like the whole like one punch man type thing. Like going from super cheers. So 3 difficult, wait, 2, no. 3 black guys, right?
Yes, and then 1 red and 1 purple. He as you do approach rather swiftly, his movement, his eyes do betray a flicker of fear.
I'm gonna downgrade my check once.
If anything, he would have told you guys, like, not to kill, but like don't really hurt them. At least Sarah and No Name, like.
Oh shit! I did something wrong.
No, knock them
I'm
out.
going to-
Knock them out.
No,
by all
I
means.
did something
Don't.
wrong with my dice roll. That's what I meant. I'm gonna downgrade the check back to normal using painful.
Okay, yeah.
And 1 boost die from quick strike. That I made.
You'll have to you have to add 1 more purple dice
1 more
from
purple.
for painful blow. Yeah.
Any more boost die you there?
Oh, your weapon is accurate 1. So
Wait, painful blow down.
it doesn't downgrade anything. No.
He said you said avatar upgrade.
Well, adversary 1 difficulty, not the ability. That's what that red is from. Not from. You don't get an extra yellow. So you can hit the if you have an extra yellow in there, hit the yellow minus sign, and then I'll take care of that. But it looks like you're good.
So go ahead.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you don't have any extras, so. Okay, and yeah, so you as you swing down, he moves with a surprising amount of speed and is able to duck out of the way. His rather simple servant robes have kind of taking the blunt of the hit, but you do manage to clip him in the side of the leg, and he kind of winces in pain at it.
Mhm.
And you do hit him for a small amount of damage, so he is going to suffer. So for the remainder of the encounter, whenever he performs a maneuver, he suffers 2 strain. It's really good.
Yeah. Like honestly, I kind of imagine. Seeing as you're also a Dynasty Warriors fan, I kind of imagine him doing that downward slash as Zhao Yun does,
hmm
and just barely clipping him in like the right spot. But yeah. I'm good. I've done all I need to do here.
And upon that happening, Habitat laughs, and there's a flicker of movement, and he moves up to the edge of the balcony, and he takes a deep breath. And when he exhales, you see his body begin to shift. And as it does,
Overshift.
his body elongates to a very impressive length as he does his eye as he opens his eyes after closing them for a second after taking a deep breath. They glow a bright red, and you see him as the upper part of his body kind of starts to slide off of the balcony, and the pillar that's in front of him. You watch as he extends out into a coiling form, and he slips his way down the pillar, taking up the majority of the size of it, as Habitai laughs as he slowly begins to surround you with his sheer size taking up a pretty sizable portion of the atrium as he laughs, an echoing laugh that kind of shoots around and echoes off of the walls as it goes. And he lands right near you, Foe.
That sucks.
Poor lost. And it's another player turn. Who would like to go next? We got Beatrice, Wes, Lynn, Marilyn, Renzu, Hiei.
Who uses weapons?
Who's doing what?
Who uses weapons to fight?
Weslin, Foe, Hiei, Renzu? Also, technically, can.
Actually, Hiei seems like the best choice because he also doesn't have magic. And it's not like I can coat my fangs in poison without paralyzing myself.
I wouldn't do that.
Sorry, what's up?
I think he's giving you poison.
Oh, neat. I like that.
Or probably gave you poison beforehand, too.
Yeah, it's like a paralytic for them, but if you hit a human with it, do damage instead.
Okay.
Who would like to go next?
You know what? I'll test the waters.
All right. Hiei, it's your turn.
Yes, it is. Let me
Leah is watching you as her spellcraft begins to weave itself around the area.
I'm going to meet her gaze. Give her a slightly less than courteous bow. You know, entirely in Fenrongese, you have caused our people a great deal of issues since we've been here. I've been looking forward to meeting you, to be entirely honest. To think that somebody like you would stoop so low as to impersonate an officer of the dusk.
I don't know who you are, stranger.
My apologies. I forget my manners. Hiei Jian, San of the Shadowcast.
I'm sure you are.
And before she can finish that sentence, there is an arrow heading towards her throat.
So she's got ever say 3. And 1 evasion. So it'll be
Okay.
And medium range at the moment. So she's got it's 2 base difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
So upgraded 3 times, 1 evasion, and because she's partially obscured by the banister, add 1 more setback dice.
Okay. Let me see here. I'm going to spend my maneuver to true aim. I'm going to spend... when you aim again, you can do for a called shot, right?
If you can do that, but it adds setback dice instead.
That's fine. So I'm going to spend 2 strain, add another setback, and this is going to be a headshot. Just straight for, like, between the eyes, as close as I can get.
Okay.
And
so 1 aim gives you 2 setback dice, and 2 aim give you which you can still do that as a part of true aim, by the way. But just
can you?
instead of getting the boost dice, you would just add the setback dice instead. When you aim, you can choose to do a cold shot and add setback, or just do general damage aim and do that. And generally, a
Okay.
headshot, I will allow you to, if it hits and you are able to critically injure her, you'll be able to get a bonus to it.
Sounds good. Okay, so, and then if I were to do that as part of the true aim, then I would just,
You still get the upgrade, but instead of adding the boost dice, you just do the setback. Yeah.
okay. And then I'll just regular aim to get the boost dice.
Yes.
Gotcha. Let's see. Else. This is just with a regular arrow. I'm not pressing the kill her button yet.
Fair enough. That would be something right out of the fucking gate.
Let's see here. Yep. So, thump.
And you shoot the arrow off, and it sticks into basically inches away from her, and it grazes the side of her cheek for a moment. And you see a tear of blood eke out from the cut, and she reaches a hand up, and she kind of touches the blood and looks at it for a moment, and a sinister gleam in her eyes, she just licks it off of her hand.
I'm sure you're aware that impersonating an Imperial officer is sentenciable by death. That was a warning. If you come quietly, I'm sure the Emperors themselves would love to meet you.
I'm curious as to where you heard all of your stories from. But I think I'd rather not hear the details. And what would you like to do with that advantage? You can pass a boost dice, recover a strain.
I'll pass a boost.
All right. And next player turn. Weston's going. Weston charges up the stairs at his father. And let's see. Alexis has 1 vision, 1 defensive adversary, and he has the high ground, but Westland's enhanced.
God damn it, Wes, we talked about this.
And he swings his and with swift motion, his father and the 2 blades clash together. And and wait, he has a boost dice. Yeah. And so as he swings it down, Alexis blocks it with a sideways parry, and the two of them go back and forth a couple of times before Wes actually spins around and getting up on the side of the balcony, he actually spins around and he clips Alexis in the side of his body with a kick as he goes. And let's see, that is going to be 6, 7. So that's a decent little chunk of damage as Alexis kind of grits his teeth for a moment, not taken aback by the hit, but still raising his sword in a cross guard kind of stance, one hand free, and floating just kind of ready to interfere if necessary, and the other hand with his blade kind of held across. Liao is going to go next. And she, let's see, is going to do this. Let's see. How much evasion do you have, PA?
3 at the moment.
3?
4 because of prescience. Wait.
What's
I
up?
have prescience. Means I have an extra boost dice.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll that real quick. Hey!
Yeah!
So that'll turn that into
12
11,
damage.
12 points of damage.
Pierce 2.
All right. Still passing a boost dice with the advantage, right?
Yes.
So, ow, that's a lot of damage. And so, yeah, that still hits her the same way. A little bit of bigger of a cut, however.
Mm-hmm.
As it hits her, and she's going to go ahead and she begins to laugh, a sickly sweet laugh as she goes, and she kind of pulls her hands down to the side, and as she does, she kind of begins to kind of almost pluck at some of the threads that are kind of almost in the air around her, and she crosses her arms across her the front of her body, and she whips them forward, and as she does, 24 red threads fly through the air and begin to and immediately shoot down towards all of you down at the front.
I can dodge, right?
Can any of them see it except?
Yes, you guys definitely see it when this is
Oh.
happening. Yeah, any of you guys can spend strain to dodge if you'd like.
Oh shit! I'll do that.
Even if we don't have it?
If you have dodge.
Dodge is 2 strain, right?
Yes. Or it's 1 per rank.
I have 1 rank
have-
in dodge.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
1.
So you're each doing 1. Oh no. And
Wait a minute. Oh,
well, that's fun.
I'm gonna use 3 strain to use parry.
You cannot parry magical attacks. Only melee attacks. And so let's see. She can trigger 1, 2, 3. She can trigger 3 hits with this. So Hiei, Rinzu, and who else is down there that she wants to hit? Hiei, Rinzu, and Lin are going to be the 3 people that get hit. As the rest of you are able to just barely dodge out of the way of these threads, a couple of them wrap around your arms and legs and such, and as they do, they immediately begin to burn. And she laughs as she triggers all of those hits with her advantages, and each of you are going to take 10 points of magic damage.
That's minus resistance.
Minus resistance, yeah, no. But Rinzu, you're going to take an additional 5 points as she's going to she spent 2 strain to add half of current wound threshold hit of her attack, and that hit against you. So you magic damage.
But remember, we still have our barrier.
Yes, but you do take 3 less because of the barrier.
Oh shit.
A couple of them as they hit you. Anybody who took damage from this, I need you to make a 3 resilience check.
Wrong.
what?
I'm doing that.
If you took damage from that attack, I need to make a 3 difficult.
Robin.
Yes.
While they're doing that, I completely forgot. I think it might do. Do you mind if I add disorient because I completely freaking forgot that?
You didn't have anything to trigger it, so it's okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
because it says I
It takes-
proceed with a combat check.
Disorient has a
Oh no.
disorient combat.
Poop. All right.
So if so, Lin and Hiei, each of you suffer 1 additional strain as
Nope.
as the pain of these things kind of started a little bit starts to kind of course through your veins. But you're the brunt of the hex. Rinzu, you immediately suffer 5 wounds and 4 strain, ignoring also and such. As these wrap back around your neck and you feel the fear run as you see all of the things that you remember, you never want to forget flashing, and you hear echoing through her her laughter is, or through your mind is her laughter, and you just hear her chime.
Yeah, I'm not doing so hot.
And so she dealt. Let's see, how much damage did she deal? 7.
12 now.
12 for Rinzu. Just heals for the how much she dealt there. 2 points of damage. So she'll have 2 from that, and she dealt 4, 5, 6 strain. She'll strain. As from the poisonous effect from the thing, she drains wounds and strain damage that she inflicts from it. And you see the you almost watch as if the bleeding stops coming from a wound on her cheek now. It's player turn. Who'd like to go next? We got Beatrice, Lynn, Marilyn, and Rinzo.
Could I reach her in one turn?
Yes, definitely.
Oh God, can I?
Yeah, by all means.
Do it up.
I'm gonna need healing.
What's the check?
Go ahead and make a you have with movement speed to be able to make it just around, especially now that Wes has attracted Alexis's attention. So it's against 2 base, upgraded 3 times, and she's got 1 evasion, so 1 setback.
All right. I'm using Luna. Can I still aim?
No, it took you both maneuvers to get here, unfortunately. So you have to suffer a little bit of strain to do that. Is that okay?
How much strain?
2 to maintain your shifting form, and then 2 more for the extra maneuver. So 4.
Okay. Let's go.
Go ham. By the way, remember you have 5 potions. So you guys can at any point you guys can have a potion or vulneraries to heal 5 wounds or strain with diminishing return. Basically, you have those. So forget you have those.
He is boost dice?
Yes, Esslin did.
I don't.
Yeah, because otherwise he wouldn't have been able to hit Alexis.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's it. That's 12 points of damage.
Pierce 2.
Damn, you guys are beating her up.
No.
Good.
Pierce quality.
Yeah, or what is the pierce for that? Oh yeah, it gets pierce equal to so pierce all of her soak.
Aha!
So you slice right through her her robes and such, and for a split second, there's a look that almost looks like fear until it shifts into glee.
Oh,
And a smile stretches across her face. Oh, my poor, poor creature. You should never have done that. You should never have done that. And to me, my servant, and at that, no name looks at you for a second, and he just says, as he does, she or he looks to you, and as he kind of rushes towards you real quick, and as he does, you see his form begin to shift, and you see his form make way to a large white fox that immediately swings into a series of claws and bites to get you away from. And he's gonna make an attack against you, foe. And he says, "Sorry about this. Nothing personal, I promise." And he almost seems to grit his teeth in his Lagu's form as he rushes forward with an attack, and he misses. And as he snaps at you, to get you away as you back up, he bounds up and he leaps up on top of the stairs, and then leaps back over and lands directly next to you, Lynn. And you see him begin to snarl.
All right, that was impressive.
As he uses all of his maneuvers to get up there. Next player turn. Rinzu, Beatrice, Marilyn.
Can I down a potion and perform?
Yeah, drinking a potion is a maneuver, so you can do that.
Cool. How much is that?
It would be 5 wounds.
I'm gonna drink that fucking potion because if not, I would have been fucking dead.
That's fair. And are you performing then?
Yes.
All right. So make a 2 difficulty charm or coercion or coordination check. Excellent. And so you get to choose 4 allies within medium range, which is currently anybody. So up to 4 allies get to add 2 boost dice on their next check, and any of the, so who are the 4 people that you can choose? Because those 4 people will increase their defense and resistance by 1 for 1 turn. Will add 2 boost dice to the next check, and can immediately spend 1 strain to perform a maneuver for free.
Well, one of them's obvious.
I'm guessing Westlin.
Yes.
All right, so we got Westlin.
And we're going to do Lynn. Because it brings up the resistance, right? And that's good for them.
Yes.
Yeah, so Lynn and Foe are also going to get...
And 1 more.
Yay.
And he. All right. So the player character is in Westland. Sounds good. So all of you will get. So all of you can spend 1 strain to perform a maneuver right now if you want.
Vulnerary.
Yeah, that's one thing you could do.
How far is Liao from me?
Liao, it would be about 4 maneuvers to get to him. You are currently also still right next to a gigantic boa constrictor.
Cobra?
Or yeah, sorry, that cobra.
So I can't move around him.
I mean, you can, but he's probably going to come after you.
Just fucking do it.
Eric, can I use this maneuver to true aim, or can I only do that?
No, yeah,
for...
you can do any maneuver. Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking do that then. Make this bitch a pincushion.
And yeah. So you guys all got your maneuvers that you wanted to do?
Yeah.
All right. So Beatrice is gonna go next. She's gonna go ahead and try and heal some folks. Let's see.
Believe in her.
She's gonna
Is
start with
she-
Rinzu. What's up?
Is she maintaining the barrier?
Yes, she's maintaining. That's her turn basically. She's maintaining the barrier, and she's gonna try and she ignores range because she has physic, and then she's gonna do additional targets. Hiya! And I hope this works. And as she begins to channel magic, and as she does, Rinzu and Hiei, the 2 of you begin to start feeling healing energy, but it's not going to kick in until the end of the initiative order.
Okay.
Okay.
But you guys are going to heal for 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage when it does.
Works for me.
Just imagining this right now. This is probably the most painful dancing.
Oh yeah, and with every step, you feel every part of your body aching and burning in fear and pain, and you finally start to feel that ebb off as B chance as Beatrice tries to focus as much as she can and tries to repeat her lessons and the things that Alstro gave her a quick crash course on as best as she can, and it sort of works. And Marilyn's going to go next. And seeing the situation up top, she's going to go ahead and move forward. And let's see, she moves to the bottom of the staircase, and she kind of flicks her hand, kind of like snaps her finger, and a tome flies open at the bottom of at her hip. You can also tell this is not a tome that she ever had before. Likely she took it from the same Dark Flyer or the same Dark Knight she took this outfit from, and she points her finger up towards Alexis and Liao, and she's going to try and curse them. Which she's gonna do against 4 difficulty to try and hit multiple targets. And she's gonna aim once with an extra strain. Ah, god damn it. And as she directs her finger out to try and curse them, Liao, with a wave of her hand, dismisses her attack, and she kind of grits her teeth, like not expecting her to be nearly as powerful as she has ended up being. Alexis is going to go next, and he's going to go ahead and make an attack against Westland. He's got this. And as he makes a series of attacks at Westland, and Westland tries his best to try and avoid as much damage as he can, and he's going to parry it to reduce the damage by 3. Plus, he's going to barrier for 3, so 6. So he takes 3 points of damage. It takes 3 strain, and as Alexis of much is able to puts all of his effort into keeping Alexis on his toes the entire time, and as he makes a series of attacks, it with his own boot to Westland's chest, and Westland is going to have to make a coordination check. Westland teeters at the edge case for a moment, but he's able to. After kind of taking a couple of backwards, he's going to suffer 3 points to keep his footing, and collapse his father as the two of them go back and forth. And next player turn.
Who's left?
You'll see in a second.
So Ra, apparently. Nani the fuck?
And Foe, as you backpedal to try to the Cobra, he says, "Oh no, you don't!" And as soon as that happens, you see another snake, a much smaller snake, of course, up and around the back end of his throat, and digging his fangs into the side. You see his black mamba, but bury his fangs into the side of Habutai, and his eyes flicker over to you, and he says, "Go! We don't have much time for this. Hurry up!" And he's gonna inflict the fuck out of a critical injury on this motherfucker. He can't poison the other snake, but he sure can critical injury the fuck out of him.
So wait, he's not attacking me.
No, he's attacking Habutai, not you.
Wait, who? You know
Sora,
what?
the snakes are
gotcha.
fighting.
Got you. Oh,
The small snake is on your side.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Or rather, is able to fight against Liao's influence enough. And is out of eyesight, which helps. And Habutai immediately goes about trying to fight back. And that's the end of the initiative order. Who would like to go new player turn at the top?
May I go first one more time?
You do have the boost for it.
At this point, everyone is acted, so you no longer have the boost.
All right, so I'm next to Liao like I wanted to be, right?
No. You got one maneuver. You're still about 3 maneuvers away. Because you already approached. You had already approached Habutai the first time.
Who's in range of me currently?
Habutai is one maneuver away. Alexis is at the top of the stairs, so he's about 2 maneuvers away.
Okay.
And Liao and No Name are just beyond that. And since you don't have any movement speed increases, you will not be able to reach them quite. But you could throw your spear at them.
Could I reach Alexis if I?
You could,
did
yes.
Sharing?
Yes, you could.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. And he's also going to berserk. Use painful blow.
Berserk is also a maneuver.
Oh, is
So
it?
you won't be able to get. I think it is. Yeah, it is. So you wouldn't be able to engage Alexis and Berserk.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, I'll leave that out then. I'm gonna use. How many boost dice do I have now? Because I have 2 from that.
Yeah, you have 2 for this turn from the performance.
Yeah, I'm gonna use painful blow and use the masterclass ability.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, that'll do. So that to
So to begin,
boost
3 base difficulty. And all of those are going to be upgraded for his adversary. So 3 red and 3 black is what you're dealing with.
fuck. I don't like that.
Because you're also on the stairs and he kind of has the high ground.
Fuck, I'm about to bite it so fucking hard.
You got this, foe.
And fearsome.
Oh yeah, I guess he does have to check it. But hang on, let me let's see if he can pass. Unaffected. He is a willpower based spellcaster, so
Fuck him. Yeah, that'll have to all do. Ooh, and with that triumph there, I will activate Faint.
oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah, so it'll upgrade his next check once.
Hey,
And,
Eric.
Yes.
Is foe within short range of me at the moment?
He passed within short range, yeah.
So, if you want foe, you can spend one of those advantages to inflict a point of strain on Alexis, because I have suppressing fire.
Yeah, let's do
Oh
that.
yeah, I'll let that count. That's fine. So yeah, so he will. So are you gonna just inflict 1 on him?
I only have the 1 rank.
Okay. So yeah, one of those, and then you have 2 advantages still that you can recover strain, pass a boost dice, a little bit column A and column B.
I can do both.
You could pass a boost dice and recover 1 strain. Yes.
Can I pass 2 boost dice?
No.
Hmm.
You can only do that option once.
Poop. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. Pass a boost, gain a strain.
And Alexis is going to go next. You rushing up and joining the fight. He looks to you and he deflects a number of and he looks up to you and says, and clearly this one has never taught manners either. Has no one ever told you? Has no one ever told you not to wait your turn? And he reaches out with a hand that glow like red hot coals that he's going to reach out towards your face.
Would I be able to dodge?
Yes, it's a melee attack.
Fuck yeah.
So 1 dodge. You've got how much evasion? 2. Dose evasion. No. Right. He's got 1 of these. And 1 of these. And he did have to upgrade a check once. And he's going to attack. Fortunate.
Damn.
I'm going to go ahead and re-roll that efficiency dice with a story point. Yay! And so he reaches out, and he, as you begin to try and bob and weave out of the way, he reaches out with his hand. As you attempt to try and parry out of the way of his attacks,
That's a can here.
you can reduce the damage by reduce it by 4, and it's against resistance. Or so it's
And along
hang
with that
Eight.
boost dice, didn't I get 2 more resistance?
Yes,
got-
I believe so.
I thought it was
One
1 resistance.
Yeah, you got 1 resistance. Yeah.
It was
So-
Tuesday.
So you take 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 points of fire damage. But with those 2 advantages, his hand as it kept cloak because you're able to avoid the majority of it, ignites the cloak, and he uses the ability to light your shit on fire, and it is going to be burning for the next 3 rounds. And so the next 3 rounds you will take 8 points. And you've seen fire before, normal fire. It appears to be thick and almost to your cloak, and makes it as if the only way to move it is likely through magic
So
or
do
by
I
waiting it out
take 8 ones now.
at the beginning of your turn. So you take for the turns fire damage.
When
That's
you
literally it. That's literally it. And as he lights you on fire, he a smirk crosses himself, and he can hand out in a very practiced position and back out towards his son. Where were we, Wesley? And actually discards thinking about you whatsoever. He still seems to be paying attention to your existence. Wish to devote no more time towards killing.
Yeah, foe's definitely not taking a good right now.
And next is a player turn.
May I?
Do it.
Okay. I'm gonna use my strain this time. Does that also is it 5 diminishing per
It's diminishing.
category?
It'll be a 4 strain recovery.
That's still better than me instantly.
That's true.
Okay, +2 for Phil. I'm gonna soul again, so I'm exactly where I started, or lunar rather.
Hot damn.
The 2 boost dice for her, and it was
It is going to be against. I think it's just 2 for you, 2 base, and then yeah, upgraded 3 times. So 2 red, 1 purple, so 1 black.
okay. Use that other maneuver, adding 2, right?
Yeah. Well, it's one maneuver 1. So if you have a second maneuver, you could to do that.
Yeah, but wouldn't that give me 2 strain?
Yes, it would. But you're getting a little close.
That's too risky. Hey, what do I need to activate one? Don't I crit on a 2?
You could on a 2, and you can also second hit 2.
That would be 30
It would.
damage. I like 30 damage.
And do you have any lethal blows?
Yes.
How much? 2.
2.
And you also have so this is at a +40.
Oh, I also have feral strength. Oh well, that's automatically calculated in.
Yes, that's automatically in it. Describe how you do this. Points of damage to this person who does not have free hit point within threshold.
Massive chunk out of place. Pick her up, and wait. So you're saying she's dead?
I am saying that you've dealt literally double her life in damage.
Oh, from the waist, I throw her off the edge of the balcony, like head slam down.
And she goes flying off the balcony and slams onto the ground in a bloody mess. She's laughing. And that's when you feel an excruciating pain. And Lynn, you feel as if something just bit you with the same fervor that you bit her. As she uses her special ability to inflict a critical injury on you with the same modifier that you dealt to her once per encounter.
Oh well, that's
And as as the pain courses through your veins, almost overwriting any sense of fight or flight responses that you might possibly have. Your instincts tell you that you need to get out of here, and you are staggered until the end of the encounter as long as you have this critical injury. That means you can perform no actions, which means you cannot attack.
Huh.
And at that point, is when you hear crying. A baby crying. And Alexis's eyes shoot
My God.
in the direction of the his eyes shoot in the direction of the room that he came from. Jenna! And he uses a gust of wind magic to push Westland back a moment, and Westland goes to pursue, but that's when Alexis stops in his tracks. Not so fast, Magister. We're not finished here yet. And all of you suddenly see there's a pulse of energy, and you know those threads that I had talked about how Renzu could see? You all see them for a split moment. And how they are currently reaching into Alexis, who is frozen, who is trying to struggle against moving, and his hands and his eyes, he looks around, confused. And those same lines begin to spread out as she raises both of her hands, one of them digging out into the ground next to her, the threads moving in and moving into Alexis, the other moving into No Name. And she's laughing. And she hovers back up, almost her body almost half limp as she goes, and she laughs and, oh, you poor things, you're going to have to try a little bit harder than that. Now where were we? And as you watch, the threads begin to weave themselves through Alexis's skin as he struggles and winces in pain as he tries to move, and you witch, you'll pay for this, and his mouth stops, and he lurches back and he turns back towards Alexis, or towards Westland, and drops back into a combat stance. His eyes seem to be trying to struggle against. And No Name, his body lurching forward in pain, you hear him whimpering as those threads begin to drag him forward, and his eyes glow red as he looks down at the rest of you down below. It's a player turn, that being said.
May I?
By all means.
Seeing this.
She's like right on the ground next to you, she like floated back up, but she's now on the ground level with all of you guys, by the way.
He is at the moment just staring at this thing. It's not even a person anymore. It's just there's a look of pity on his face. Kion Tan Jiangxi Yuanzhen Yizhai Chizheng Shangda, and I'm going to loose the arrow of ashes.
Oh shit. Do it.
Is there anything extra that I need to add to said arrow?
No, but if you inflict a critical injury with the arrow, it is plus 100
Oh,
on top of whatever else you add.
so
Don't forget
I'm
your
going.
boost dice.
Yeah, I just added this. Wait, I need one more. Thank you. And then to spend my maneuver to aim and double aim.
There's some mighty fine light side points there.
There are some
True.
inside points.
Please.
You know what?
Please.
Yeah, let's do some of that. What else? What else can I do? I think that's it. What was the difficulty for her?
It is going to be against 3 base, and it's against 3 base, or sorry, 1 base actually, because you're in close range to her right now.
Oops.
But upgraded 3 times for adversary 3, and 1 evasion. Go ahead and upgrade it once more,
All right.
just because we're at that stage of this game.
Yeah. I don't know. That looks kind of right, don't you think?
It does.
Let's see how this goes.
Oh. Well, that's damage.
Uh-huh. I'm also going to Lucky Strike.
Oh my lord. So how much is that?
So that's 17. Lucky Strike is the attribute or the skill?
Attribute, so your agility.
So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Pierce 2. And I'm most definitely going to crit with that plus 120. Because I have 2 ranks of lethal blows. Plus whatever else she
120.
has.
Plus she already has 1 critical injury, so you
Wouldn't
you
it be
shoot the
130 then?
arrow. It would.
She probably has some shit. Alright.
Well, as you loose the arrow, oh, and it also gets to roll twice. So let me
Oh,
and take the better result. And considering it'll probably be more than that, I'll go ahead and roll
I
it.
certainly hope so.
And as you launch the arrow, it
Oh,
buries
that's on
itself
Alexis, by the way.
directly into her chest. And as it does, you see the feathers explode off of the back of it, and you hear a keening sound of some sort of bird of prey, a phoenix, perhaps. And
Probably.
as it does, she staggers back for a moment, and she smiles. The arrow of ash. Impressive. Unfortunate, however. And as you look, you hear a thump,
Mm-hmm.
thump, as Alexis Blackwild collapses to his knees and falls forward. The tendrils controlling him, burning deep into his skin. That said, she took all that fucking damage. And so that's also, what, 17?
It was 21 Pierce 2.
21 Pierce 2. Woof. That's... She's at 69 wounds.
Nice.
Which circumvents her critical threshold another time. And so that critical injury goes to No Name. And you watch as No Name winces as pain courses through her body, and you guys get one of my destiny points.
Yeah.
And No Name is going to go next. And as you, even despite this though, you notice with each of these hits, as that arrow exploded into an array of magical energy, you noticed for a second those threads reappeared and they seem to fray a little bit. Some of them seem. She is being stretched to her limit. That's for certain. And No Name leaps from the balcony, and as you look up into, he's going directly for you.
Great.
What's your evasion?
Hold on. I wouldn't be able to use the shawl, would I?
I'll let that count here. I'll let that count here. Yeah. What does that do again?
It makes my evasion 3.
Cool. Okay, so I'll add 1 extra, and
I also have dodge.
do you want to use that?
Yes.
You should.
I also have Can't We Talk About This?
I think we're a bit past that.
I'm reaching.
And he leaps out towards you, and he lands on top of you with a resounding crash and knocks you from your feet. And is on top of you with both of his paws, kind of digging into the wood nearby in panels. And he snarls, and he takes a couple of snaps at you, and you're able to move your head out of the way, almost too easily. You haven't, right? Come on. Hurry up, before she establishes another connection with Sarah or something. You only have 1 shot at this. Come on, Renzo. Quick, before she notices. And all the while, he's still snapping at you. But he's saying this quietly, his voice kind of echoing.
He's talking about the knife, isn't he?
I don't know. Is he?
I got 2 things from him.
Sorry about this. But it's the only way. Quick, hurry it up.
I know. I'm sorry. And she's going to grab the knife.
Go ahead and make a check with it. He's deliberately not using any of his evasion or adversary. And you have 2 boost dice.
What's it against?
2 difficulty. Oh dear. And let's see. Oh, and he suffers 8 wounds and 8 strain, but he's also not a nemesis, so that means he would suffer 16 wounds. Let me see if he passes that resilience check. Well, And as he continues to snap at you, you thrust it as hard as you can between his ribs, and he sinks for a moment, and he kind of collapses next to you, and he kind of coughs for a second as his body kind of grows weak, and he kind of slumps down nearby. And it seems to be working very fast.
Oh, no.
And as those tendrils begin to separate, Liao looks back, a bit of panic in her eyes. What? You have to be kidding me. Looks like I need to get more stories. And she turns towards Lin. And is going to make a magic attack against him. And she's going to do everything is equal. So that's 1, 2, 4 difficulty. Oh, jeez. And so she Lin, your flight instincts kick in, and as you see surrounding Alexis drip off of him, shoot up and begin to nimbly dodge out of the way of them as they attempt to burrow them. One actually strikes you, and you bite it and kind of snap right through it. It's a player turn. I'd like to go next. Oh, I guess at this point it's all NPCs. Who would you like to go next?
Kill bitch. Doesn't matter who.
Yeah, I was gonna
Kill
have
the bitch.
Lego. By the way, there are those extra advantages. I was going to pass the boost dice as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's gonna go here. And I'm watching his father literally kill in front of him in a very dishonorable way. Weston turns back and he looks at Liao, circling the around the room as they go, and he's going to use a fire attack on her. And he looks at her and he says,
You had 2 more
This
boost
is-
dice.
"Oh yeah, good call. Sorry." Oh, even better. And he throws he sheathes his blade for a second. He holds his hands out to either side, and he draws he kind of conjures two blades of flame in his hand, and he says, "You, how dare you? After everything that you've done, you dare give my father a dishonorable death like that?" He didn't deserve to be manipulated by a witch like you. And he combines the blades together in his hand for a moment, and he throws it up into the air, and it spins around for a moment, creating a revolving disc that he then points a single finger out towards Liao, and it goes careening out towards him as the flames wrap around and lick into her, and that's going to be where's Weslin? It's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points of magic damage. And that's going to be us. And that's going to be enough to inflict another critical injury at plus 20. And as it does, the fire consumes her for a moment, and she staggers back for a second, and as that begins to course around her, Marilyn looks to you for a second, Hiei, and she's gonna go ahead and she's gonna use an enhancement on you.
Oh.
And so you're gonna add an extra ability dice, and you get 2 free maneuvers on your next turn.
Shit.
And she looks to you, and as wind begins to kick up around you, she takes a defensive stance, and she says, "You need to finish this now." Beatrice is immediately sprinting past her to check up on fucking Lynn, and is gonna try and heal Lynn first, and then we'll deal with everybody else. Let this work. Let this work. And as she closes her eyes and concentrates as hard as she can, Lynn, you feel the magical fear that was coursing through you begin to subside, and she is able to cure you for 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage, which is all of the damage that you have, and the critical injury.
By the way, Beatrice also healed Rinzu and myself for 7 at the end of the round.
So don't forget to get that
Yes.
7 heal as well. Good catch.
Oh, thank God.
And let me see what Habitat does. Hang on. And as he glances up, and he seeing the situation at hand, he looks about and is like, "No, Master!" And with that, he shakes Sarah off and dashes towards Liao with all of his movement. But Sarah's going to try and stop him because he doesn't want him to be the next person to get grabbed here. Oh no, you don't! And Sarah manages to tangle himself into Habutai long enough that it's a new player turn.
Anybody mind?
Go ahead.
I was told to do something, so I'm gonna do something. That. And you said I have 2 free maneuvers?
Yeah, she gave you the haste maneuver, so you have, instead of 1 free maneuver, you have 2.
Shit. And those still count towards maximum maneuvers, right?
Yes, you still can
Okay.
only have 2 maximum, unless you use your ability.
Well,
Which
I'm
you
just gonna
won't
keep.
need to.
I'm just gonna keep on turreting. So I'm gonna use those 2 free ones for a true aim and a standard aim. And you said it was 1 difficulty upgraded 3 times,
Yes.
and she has 1 evasion. Since I'm guessing this is a thing, I'm just gonna go ahead and use that and upgrade.
If you don't kill her here, she might be able to repossess somebody else.
Well, then let's kill her here.
I believe in you.
Spirits guide my bow.
They seem to be going towards Rinzu and Sarah next, by the
Mhm.
way.
Do I need the lucky strike?
Well,
is
you're
pierced too.
inflicting a critical injury, right?
I mean, yeah.
What is that bonus to that?
Whatever she already has plus 20.
Plus 20. And she will exceed a wound threshold again. That's actually kind of fitting. So do you want to break both of her arms or both of her legs?
She seems to do a bit more with her arms, so
And so
let's go with those.
with 2 arrows through her hands, they just penetrate straight through her hands and her wrists, and they go limp at her side. And the ribbons kind of continue lashing out, and her laughter stops. And she's exceeded with threshold enough where she's going to suffer a critical injury at baseline for everything that she attempts to do. But she's going to attempt one more thing. And as she pants and blood is now streaming down from the various wounds that she's gotten, and you actually notice the strings have begun to wrap themselves around her as well. And she reaches out with a broken hand, unable to clasp for anything, and some of the strings lash out, and she's going to make one last attack against Rinzu, and before she probably is going to get killed. This is all your fault. We could have been everything, sweet child. We could have been everything. But you refused me. How dare you refuse me? And tendrils of her hex lash out towards you once more. And she's going all the fuck out. So let's see, that's gonna be she's got Goesha, or no, she doesn't. So it's gonna be against 4 difficulty. Yeah, 4 difficulty. And she's going all in on this. And Rinzu, are you gonna dodge?
Yes.
Are you gonna use a story point? Because I am.
Yes.
Mm.
And let's see, so that's gonna be a good chunk of damage. That is.
Do we still have Bee's barrier?
Yes, you do. She's been
Yes.
keeping that up.
Oh,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You take 11 points of magic damage and are going to take a critical injury at plus. This one is 4, so plus 40.
is that 11 not counting
That's not accounting for anything. So you reduce it by your resistance and by the barrier.
what's the barrier again?
3.
Ooh.
Oh.
And as she holds her hand out, one last piece of thread lashes itself forward and it wraps itself around your neck, Rinzu. And you drop down to your knees as it begins to choke the life out of you. And as it does, she keeps laughing, her eyes wild as it continues to choke you. As she slumps down to her knees as she goes, and the laughing slows. And as you struggle and fight against the strand starts to loosen on its own. And Liao's laughter, her cackling, and her breathing slow and stop. As kneeling down on the ground, she slumps forward, just ever so slightly. Her eyes still wild. The threads that had been all around her burning into her own flesh. Her alabaster skin pockmarked with spectral burns. And all at once, all of the threads, all of the strands begin to unwind. And almost as if drawn forth from a wheel, all of those red threads, including the one on your wrist, Rinzu,
Yeah.
withdraw, almost like pulled back into a spool. And Liao stops moving.
I mean, she's gasping for breath as she's seeing all of this happening.
And Westlin rushes over to you and catches you before you fall or anything like that. And Habutai rushes up the stairs. Master! No. This can't be happening. Alexis! Alexis! Snap out of it, you... Damn it! And... Oh. And Beatrice looks to you, Lynn. You alright?
I'm fine.
Oh god, don't scare me like that.
Magic is weird.
And she turns back to the body of Alexis and I don't know if there's anything I can do for him. But no one deserves to die like that. And she's going to kneel down next to him for a second and back up for a moment. She says to Habutai, who at this crying but seems to be and she begins to concentrate to try and help him. And doesn't seem to do much. And Rinzu, as you gasp for breath, it's all right. I'm here. You're safe now. We're all safe now.
Not yet. We need to get back on the ground.
Rinzu, you feel a tug on your garb for a moment. Rinzu? Spirits, is that you? You hear in a ethereal voice as you look back, and No Name's eye is open, but listing back in the back of himself. He's still in his wolf form. And his eyes kind of cross for a moment, and his body shifts back into his humanoid form. He's pale. I never thought I'd see you again. You're beautiful. Your mother would be so proud.
What are you?
I'm sorry I had to go. I'm sorry. It was for you. I couldn't let her have you.
What are you talking about?
I love you.
No name.
Why won't you? That's a weird thing to call me. Is that anything to call your father? And his head goes limp as the poison
No.
finishes coursing its way through his body. What? Weston says. And he shakes his head. He closes his eyes. What was he talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, Rinzu, I'm sorry. And he's gonna hug you.
Striking down, like.
And there's silence for a moment. He is right. We need to get out of here. But he looks up. We need to get you out of here too. And my sister. And Beatrice, tears streaming down her face, exerted beyond measure, sinks down to her knees. There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry. And as we'll bring him with us. If we can give him a burial, at least he deserves. And he stands up, looks around at everybody, and nods. We need to get out of here. I won't be long. Come if you wish. And he heads up the stairs. Whatever the rest of you do is up to you.
Prince is going to follow him. Just
He is kneeling in front of the motionless Liao.
I won't be long, Hie, I promise.
Be quick.
Let me know if you need help bringing anybody out. I can carry people on my back.
He nods. We very well may need that. And as you guys walk, make your way quickly up the stairs. As you pass by Alexis, Westlin looks down at him for a moment and closes his eye. And Westlin. Father? Shut up and listen. His breathing is deep and pained as his eyes flicker open for the faintest little hint of a second. Remember who you are. Never forget who you are. I was wrong. I need you to watch over her. I need you to... And what's left of his energy fades from him. And he drops down. He had dropped to one knee and was holding his father, and damn it. And he closes his father's eyes. Let's go. We need to make sure that she's all right. And with that, you guys head forward and turn into the room. And you guys see Jenna laying in the bed. Ninon sitting not far away. The baby, the young, healthy daughter, crying in Jenna's arms. Westlin, Rinzu? What are you doing here? She says. How did you... You shouldn't be here. If Alexis finds you here, he... And that's when she sees the wounds, the signs of battle. That was fading. You were... No.
Jenna, I'm sorry.
Alexis. No. No, he's not. He's fine. Yes? Please tell me. Please tell me this isn't true. Please. Westlin. And Neon holds her I am so sorry, mighty. But we need to go. Will you help us get to safely? Zoo, Westlin, please. It's not safe for us here anymore, I think. And Jenna begins crying. How am I supposed to raise Alexa without him? And she collapses into tears. And Neon, do you have a quick way out of here? I can help carry the lady. And Neon very carefully picks her up, and she looks to you, Rinzu, and she brings the baby over to you, wailing and screaming every step of the way. Will you please take her?
God.
And Neon very tenderly works to pick her up as gently as she can, say she literally just gave birth. And cradles her in her arms, not unlike a baby herself, as she weeps. I loved him, she repeats between sobs. And as you guys emerge, gather quickly what supplies she needs to tend to Jenna's health, and you guys make your way back out into the atrium.
We are taking both of their bodies, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Lynn, I need your help with something. I can't carry it myself.
Yeah, let's go take care of that.
The loom.
Yeah. Cannot stay here.
No, quite honestly, I'd like it just burned or destroyed or gone forever.
As much as I agree with you, I can't.
And as you enter into her room, this immaculate red draped room, in the far distance, now dormant, you see the loom, its sanguine thread spooled perfectly around the various parts and baubles of the thing itself. It's large, but you should be able to bring it out with a bit, as long as you take it slowly.
Last chance, you can just say one of the natives got crazy.
No. We need it. Come on 3. 1, 2.
And you pick it up and carefully carry it out.
And I to dump it over the side of a balcony.
Thank you.
Thanks. And Westland picks up his father's body, and
Yeah.
actually he goes to and Habutai says, "Get your hands off of him."
I'll be getting paid.
And
money.
Habutai actually
Restore
picks
the second
Westland up.
half.
Hey, Kite,
They
you're
could
not
restore
muted.
They
Kite.
can
Kite.
restore the part.
Kite.
There we go. His Habutai kneels down and, looking drained and aimless, he picks up Alexis's body. And Westland instead will take No Name.
Do you need to take the do you need the witch's body?
As much as I'd rather just leave her here to rot. Yes.
Whole
Well-
thing or
One of the others can grab her.
The whole thing.
well, what's left of it anyways?
Sarah or one of the others will extract her. And as you exit the manor, it's eerily quiet. As you guys hoist bodies, living and dead, the loom along with. And it almost seems as if there's peace. As Rinzu, as No Name's last words spin through your head, as Jenna's sobs and Alexa's wailing fill the air. You all march exhausted back out towards Arcanon. Then the ground beneath you begins to quake. Slowly first. And then it shudders. And that is where we'll end for the evening.
Holy fuck!
Hey, maybe, just maybe, the quaking will cause me and Hiei to become unsteady and drop something.
Listen, alright.
You're not at the edge yet. You'll just drop it and it'll fall on the ground. And then you'll be like, oh, okay. But if you need to make a quick escape, depending on what happens next week, you
We do have the Zeppelin.
you might need to drop some extra pounds.
I'm fine with this thing never surfacing anywhere again.